Some people eat Tide Pods, you know what you do laundry with? So it doesn't mean I need to go eat Tide Pods.
I'm paying off $30,000 in credit card debt, and I have recently made the decision to finance a vehicle.
Help me pay off $230,855 worth of debt.
All right, we're going to start this one off with a guy that owes a lot more on his Jeep than it's actually worth. Negative equity, the term everyone hates because at the end of the day, it's just debt. From there, we're going to jump into some very bad decisions and even worse reasons for making them. Buckle up.
I have a lien on it, brother. I think you already got it.
Yeah, I did know. You have a lien for $87,000.
I was expecting a little bit higher, like 65. But you know that the 122 Rubicon, only simple one, people put it on 60,000.
Some people eat Tide Pods, you know what you do laundry with? So it doesn't mean I need to go eat Tide Pods. Because somebody's advertising something for a price that they're hoping to get, it doesn't mean I have to do what they're doing. I don't want to be like those people. Because they might have ate a Tide Pod and they have a little bit of brain damage.
An excellent explanation, and I completely agree with him. You can't always go by what everyone else is trying to get for their vehicle. I like checking out prices, especially on Marketplace, even though I'm not looking to buy. I'll see a car listed at one price, then you go to the description, and it's a much higher one there. Or I see a nice car or truck listed for a reasonable price, I click on the ad, and it's just for the rims and tires. Your vehicle is only worth what someone is willing to pay for it.
I got an offer for 63.5.
I seen also, that's why I always ask for people to give me confirmations of the offer. But this is not an acceptable way for you to present me an offer.
Yes.
And how do I know it's not 63.5 taxes and they're giving you? Maybe they're giving you 56?
If it's 60, then I have to pay from my pocket almost $30,000.
I understand.
I can afford 24.
It's at 63.
Yeah.
You know, usually if somebody has 24,000, they'll have 27,000.
I can't understand why some people think they can pass on their debt to someone else. This guy wants more money so he doesn't have to pay as much out of pocket for the debt he created. A buyer or a dealer doesn't care if you owe too much. You're trying to get the most you can, and they're trying to pay the least they can. If the numbers don't make sense, don't do the deal. But don't expect someone to overpay just to bail you out. Negotiating is part of the process, but unreal expectations shouldn't be.
We're very tight on the numbers, and I want to help you close the deal. So I'm coming up to 62,000. I wasn't going to do it, but I'm feeling like in a good mood now to help people out. I want to give back to the people. I'm going to give you 62,000. You're going to give me 25.
500 more, brother.
It's not about $500. If it's 500 more, so give it to me for 61.5. Then it's only 500. You want this deal done? Bring me the truck. Bring me 25 G's and it's a done deal, okay?
All right, brother.
So he's going to be out $25,000 plus whatever he's paid up to date. That's money that's gone for good. After all that, he walks away with nothing. No vehicle, no equity, no asset to show for it. All those payments, all that disappears the moment he hands back those keys. That is a huge amount of money to lose just to drive.
Yeah, I believe in life, sometimes you have to take a risk. And that risk was me willing to give him my car keys. And I just met him on TikTok, y'all. He said he was willing to help me out. And I was like, at this point, let me just get the help. And I feel like, low-key, my car payment is due in 4 days, y'all. I have only $2 on my Chase account, y'all. And it's the 15th. My car payment is due on the 19th of every month. And I don't get paid until next week. So it's like, how am I going to even I don't know, y'all. And I don't want to use the GoFundMe money until I get enough to be able to put a chunk of money towards my principal. So I'm just going to leave it up there in my bio. And I just seen some of you guys, she just keeps making dumb decisions after dumb decisions, y'all. I live in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
So she's got a car she can't afford to pay for. She met a random stranger on TikTok who claims he wants to help her. She's going to hand over the keys to her car in exchange for payment. At the same time, she's got a GoFundMe set up to help her cover her bills. Nothing about this seems risky at all. What could possibly go wrong?
If you know what Port St. Lucie, Florida is, it's like a retirement place where old people come to retire. If I rent my car on Turo, it's most likely not going to get rented out. He lives in Miami, Florida, something like that, y'all. And he was willing to help me out. And I said, okay, Miami's a busy city. He was explaining to me, y'all. He gave me his driver license and everything. He's honestly a nice person. At the end of the day, I still don't know him like that, but still I'm willing to take the risk. You know what I'm saying? He was willing to help me out. He gave me updates about my car and everything, y'all. I'm going to pick up my car in the beginning of April, y'all. But this month, I really cannot afford my car payments at all. I don't have any options left, and my dad is too greedy. He's not going to give me the money. He's not going to give me $1,200 to put towards my car payment, y'all.
Her dad is too greedy and won't help her clean up her mess. I think he's doing the right thing. She's going to have to learn the hard way. And it's surprising that she would even consider something like this. I wonder if things like insurance were looked into. What happens if there's damage? What happens if he doesn't give back the car? I'd be worried that car is going to be loaded onto a shipping container and on its way to West Africa or the Middle East.
I don't have any repo. I do make sure I pay all the cars that I get. I just need something that's reliable. At this point, every car I've gotten, I don't have it for over a year without something happening to it, and then I have to get another car refinanced, and I'm sick of that ball game.
No problem. Are you still currently paying on this vehicle now?
Yeah.
What kind of vehicle is it?
It's the 2016 Impala.
We know how many miles are on it?
So it's like 140-something thousand.
Do you know how much you owe left on this vehicle?
I still owe like in the double digit, like 20-something thousand. This is the third time it has stopped on me. I've been with that car lot for over some years now, maybe 4 or 5 years, and I'm really trying to get out of it.
Just to kind of give you some hypothetical numbers, you owe about 20 left on this vehicle, right? They only give you 5 for the vehicle. You'll be upside down $15,000 in negative equity, and since it is a fresh loan, do you know how soon you were looking to kind of get the process started?
As soon as possible.
I love this one. It's great. He's been having problems with financing vehicles. He goes into debt buying one, it breaks down, and he has to finance another one. The old debt keeps getting rolled forward, and now he owes $15,000 more than the car is worth. Logically, the best solution to this problem is to do the exact same thing again. It's brilliant.
I'm paying off $30,000 in credit card debt, and I have recently made the decision to finance a vehicle. My car died on the side of the highway 2 weekends ago, and it was actually really terrifying because I was on the highway of all places, but it's dead completely. Something with like the pistons and the oil pan, and I don't really know, but like something broke, and then the oil pan broke because of the first thing breaking. It caused the oil pan to crack. All of the contents of my oil pan were on the side of the highway, and my car is just done. My only option now is to salvage it, and I might get between $500 and $700 for that, but the people that salvage it, like, we've called and called and called, and they're just not responding, and we're having a hard time finding anyone else. So as of right now, my car is just like sitting at a shop, but I have located the vehicle that I would like to buy.
Trying to pay off $30,000 of credit card debt while adding more debt doesn't make any sense. She's going backwards and trying to justify it. This type of thinking, this type of spending is likely what is going to keep her in debt for a long time, if not forever. She has options, and buying a cheap car for cash would be a smart one. Instead, it's let's add more debt. The average used car price when financed in the United States was around $27,000 to $29,000. So she could be close to doubling her debt in one day with one purchase.
Specific year and model of vehicle I would like to buy, and it's just a matter of finding one for sale in New Hampshire at a decent price, and this is where I flounder. I like negotiating at like souvenir shops. My husband doesn't negotiate, period, and then when it comes to actually like asking for a different price, I absolutely freeze. And if like, could I hire someone to negotiate for me and just be done with it? Because it's not very fun. We walked out of a place this weekend because it was so uncomfortable, and I have to do it again tomorrow, maybe Thursday. I think I have to do it again because my husband will just be like, oh, that's a good price. Yeah, we'll buy it for that price. And I'm always like, no, ask for lower. We have to ask for lower. So I don't know. Am I going to regret this decision? Maybe. Is it going to affect my ability to pay off debt? Probably. Who knows?
Who knows? This is exactly the type of thinking that keeps people in debt. I know it well because I used to think like this. It's always about fixing the problem right now instead of fixing it properly. Instead of working hard, saving money, and being uncomfortable for a while. It becomes taking the easiest option in the moment, even when it's the most expensive one long term.
Help me pay off $230,855 worth of debt. My name's Caitlin, and this is a new account that I created to help pay off my debt. I am turning 30 in a month. I have no savings. I have about $8,500 worth of credit card debt. I have deferred payments on my student loans that I'm not paying on. They don't start yet, but they're coming, and I'm terrified.
She should be terrified. Almost $250,000 of debt at such a young age. That's not something you just deal with or figure out later. That is going to be something that follows you everywhere. Every job choice, every bill, every decision gets made with that hanging over you. There's no room for mistakes, no flexibility, no real freedom. You're not getting ahead, you're just trying not to fall further behind.
So I've seen a lot of people post on TikTok about making micropayments towards their debt. And the way it works is every new follower, comment, like, anything that is an engagement, you pay 1 cent towards your debt each day. And it's supposed to help with interest rates and just pay down the overall debt. So I put together some numbers, and looking at it, I'm actually a lot more terrified than I thought I would be. I have $230,000 worth of debt. When you take away the mortgage and car payments, if you look at just student loans and credit cards, it's $70,804.80.
I really don't understand this, and I keep seeing videos about it. Why would you calculate your views and engagement on TikTok to make payments? These are debts, not a game or a side hustle you can just hope works out. Views aren't guaranteed, and engagement always changes. We already know how you deal with debt, and it's been proven over and over. You budget, you cut back where you have to. You stop adding new debt, and you work your way out of it.
I have no confidence that I can pay off $70,800 in 1 year, so I have given myself 1 year to pay off 1/3 of my student loans and credit card debt, which comes out to $23,601.60. I want to do this by making micropayments. That is about 10% of my overall debt, and I really just don't want to be in this position 1 year from today. So if you're watching this, I'm going to post a question for engagement. It should be a simple answer, and you can just comment it. My question today is, what is your go-to non-alcoholic, no caffeine drink?
Technically, she's making micropayments after she makes her monthly payment, but the thinking behind it is still broken. You don't decide how much extra to put towards a credit card payment based on how many people like the post. You don't pay down a car loan based on views or comments. You wouldn't tell your employer that you'll only work harder if your post goes viral. She is paying extra towards debt, but tying it to views is still a bad idea.
I just saw a video on here of a 23-year-old girl asking people to comment how much money they have saved and how much debt they're in, because she wanted to see where she's at compared to other people her age. And oh my goodness, the comments are so concerning. Like, people are joking about how little money they have, or how they have $0 in saving and like X thousand in debt, and like everybody's like making it seem like a joke. And I don't mean this in a way to make people feel bad at all. I just think that we need to like educate our generation on how that's not normal. Like, just because you see overconsumption on social media and people like living these like lavish lives on social media, that's not normal, and you shouldn't try to keep up with that, or else you're going to end up in a position having so much debt and no savings, even though being in your 20s is the best time to invest as much money as you can.
People joke about their debt because it makes it feel smaller than it is. Turning it into a joke takes the pressure off. If you can laugh about it, you don't have to make hard changes. We have no idea what someone's finances actually look like behind the camera. That nice car, that lifestyle, that confidence could all be sitting on top of some serious debt. Because a lot of what we're seeing isn't wealth. It's just bills we don't get to see. If you want to see more, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next one.